Happy Sabbath, Church. Again, I'll provide you the COVID weekly update this week. And this week there's been a lot of mixed news, but still generally very positive. Again, start with showing you the Texas New York Times COVID-19 map of new cases. As you can see here, the number of new infections per 100,000 is 5.3. That's way better than it's been in the past since the beginning of the year. But as you can see, it's starting to creep up just a little bit. So we got to be a little bit careful here. Next, I'll show you the number of hospital beds that are occupied from a COVID perspective and from an ICU perspective. As you can see here, since the start of the new year and just after the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays where we had its peak, it's been steadily declining since that time. It's not quite as great as it's been back in September or in the early summer of last year, but we're getting close. And also the number of vaccines is helping, which I'll discuss in a minute. Unfortunately, Odessa is no longer doing the mass vaccination clinic. However, they are now arranging for vaccination shots in 2 urgent care facilities shown here on 6030 West University Boulevard and 3001 JBS Parkway. Those are effectively walk-in clinics. And if you meet one of the criteria for getting vaccinated in the 1A, 1B, or 1C phase, then you can just walk in. No appointments are necessary. The next thing I want to show you is how Ector County as a whole is doing in terms of vaccinations. So I'm going to show you this graphic, and this graphic is in different colors than what you're used to. It's in a bluish color. But as you can see here, Ector County has now 31,229 people with at least one vaccine and 16,067 with both fully vaccinated, both sets of vaccinations. That's out of about 120,000 people, so the 31,000 is just better than 25%, which is right around the Texas average. And 16,067 is about half that. It's about 12-13%, something like that. So also good news that our numbers are coming up in that manner. And as you know, a week ago last Wednesday, Governor Abbott removed the mask mandate for requirements for you to wear masks out in public, as well as allowing all restaurants and institutions such as that to go up to 100% capacity if they so desired. There was no longer any restrictions that the Texas government was providing. But I did want to remind you that just because the mask mandate was removed, that hasn't changed the Department of Health, Safety and Health, that is, from Texas's recommendations. For example, the checklist for church worship attendees still says the same thing, effectively, maintain 6 feet of separation. And if you can't, then the recommendation is to wear something like a face covering. The same is true out in the world, aside from the church. The recommendations are still the same. Still maintain 6 feet of distancing between you and someone else who's not in your household, or potentially wear face coverings. Again, there's no mask mandate, but the recommendations have nevertheless not changed. So keep on doing these things, and pretty soon we'll be safe and sound. And the one thing that I would like to ask you to do, as always, is have a happy and safe week. And I will be joining you live here very shortly. Thanks, and again, happy Sabbath.